An important update in GSTR-3B filing applicable from March 2026 onwards, released by GSTN on 16th March 2026. A new step has been introduced in GSTR-3B, that is tax liability breakup as applicable tab. So let us understand this clearly with some practical examples. So what is the basic concept? See, as per section 50 of the GST Act, if tax of a previous tax period is paid in the current tax period, then interest is applicable for this period of delay. Simple meaning, if you delay the payment of tax, you have to pay interest, which is we are aware of. So what has changed now? In GSTR-3B returns having due date on 20th March 2026 onwards, GST portal will automatically check your dates of invoices in GSTR-1. Identify the invoices of previous tax periods reported in GSTR-1 of current tax period and show it in tax liability breakup as applicable tab in GSTR-3B. So now what you need to do? Step 1, offset the liability in GSTR-3B as we used to do earlier. Step 2, go to the payments page. Step 3, open the tab tax liability breakup as applicable. Step 4, check the details carefully. And step 5, click save. Only after clicking save, you can file this month's GSTR-3B. So what is important? Right now, this step is mandatory in all the cases. Even if there is no previous period invoice and only current month data is reported in GSTR-1, still you need to open this tab and click on save. Let us discuss some practical examples. Example number 1. You made a sale in January 2026. Invoice date is January, but you reported this invoice in GSTR-1 of Feb 2026. What happens in GSTR-3B having due date on 20th March 2026? System identifies it as a previous period supply. Tax is paid late, so interest is applicable. GST portal will pick this invoice, show it in breakup of tax liability tab, which is newly inserted, and you need to verify and confirm. Example number 2. Invoice of January 2026 not reported in GSTR-1 of January, but reported in GSTR-3B of January itself. Example, tax paid in January GSTR-3B. Invoice reported in GSTR-1 of Feb tax period, that is 11th March 2026. So now what system sees is invoice date is January, reporting is done in Feb tax period, having due date in March. So it assumes that there is a delay in payment of tax as well, and it calculates interest. So in this case, you have to carefully check the new tab, open and edit it, because you have already paid the tax in January month itself. Otherwise, you'll be paying excess tax unnecessarily. Let us discuss the third example. B2C transactions. In B2C transactions, no invoice-wise details are reported in GSTR-1. Only summary consolidated data is reported in GSTR-1. So system cannot correctly identify the delay. Interest calculation may not be accurate. In such cases, you have to do your own working and calculate the interest as applicable and pay the taxes. So always review this tab carefully, and before you click on save, check it thoroughly and then proceed for filing. So what is the final summary? See, in short, this change has been introduced from this month, that is March 2026 onwards, applicable for GSTR-3B due date on 20th March 2026 onwards. New tab is introduced. System identifies previous period liability. Interest may be auto-calculated. It is mandatory for you to click on save and then only proceed for filing. That's it for today's video.